If you are attending this presentation, you are open to new ideas, taking on new ideas and actions that reflect a better truth. I'm James Coleman, and welcome to Inner Peace Arts Unscripted. I'm a writer, speaker, and coach on personal development, spirituality, and social change. Check out my blog, innerpeacearts.wordpress.com, Facebook and Twitter at innerpeacearts1, and email me at innerpeacearts@protonmail.com. Today I'm delving deep into part of a topic that I'm sure I have talked about before. It's control. If not, I will make a new presentation on control. But today we're talking about are you comfortable controlling? That's really the main topic that I want to talk about. And not only ask you if you are comfortable controlling, but if you are in a leadership position or if you need to get something done through somebody, then you need to be comfortable with control and controlling others. I use that word control on purpose, so we're moving through euphemisms, which I believe are a tool to keep people from delving into the details that actually empower them. All the value is in the details and mastering the details, and that is something I've learned recently as I'm embarking on executing all this stuff. So the details are important, and knowing them and how to use them is important. So here we're talking about are you comfortable controlling? And like I just said, if you want to get something done through somebody, it's going to mean executing some kind of control over them to get them to do what needs to be done. And when I mention the word control, often people like to use the word influence. And influence to me is a euphemism word, right? People don't like to think of themselves as being controlled, and would rather be influenced by. It's softer and more emotionally palatable. That softness and emotional palatability doesn't work when you start to get into the real game of getting things done. You want to do what works. And if the euphemism works for a certain kind of people. But I know I'll just say for someone like me, the euphemism is no good. It hides a whole bunch of factors that for me are very important. For example, when I say something, we're involved in a conversation, you have to subject yourself to what I say in order to understand it. And that gives me a certain amount of control because I'm giving you the data by which you need to process. So are you comfortable controlling? The other thing that this does is that it reminds us of person as object. And person as object is also something that's difficult for people to handle. And on one hand, we can talk about person as object and its relationship to rejection, right? That's one of the reasons why some people won't control, is because they don't want to be rejected. Well, if the person is object, that whole notion of rejection kind of goes out the window, and if it doesn't work, you just do it again with some other experiment, right? And thinking about it that way often can be difficult, right? Especially when you have emotions involved. But you say something, you say anything, you're entering into a controlling relationship. And notice that like I may have said before, that, this notion of control, I'm not using it in a pejorative and negative sense. I'm using it in an actual, like, that's what happens sense. And it's very, very important, if progress is going to be made, to recognize reality and recognize the reality that you're dealing with, and to face it head on, to try and soften reality is really like trying to soften the stream in a sense. It's like, the stream is what it is, and that's what you deal with, right? There's no, you can try and soften it, but, you'll find that there's some situation that comes up where it shows you how unsoft it can be, right? And so I think there's this part of us that has to become open and accepting to raw reality, without judgment, without preconceptions. And on top of that, we layer the emotions and softness that we need in order to, make that the things that make life meaningful, right? The softness does make life meaningful, even for the most hardened person, right? So this word control, I'm using it in its raw reality form, and it has no pejorative or negative connotation here. That's important. You may use it that way outside this context, but here it is a reality word, and it's something that you do, something that you're going to have to get used to if you're going to work through people, and something that is necessary. And some people actually expect you to do it. They say, hey, when are you going to take control and make something happen, right? And it's you that has to do it, if you're going to get whatever is in your agenda done, right? Because you are in charge of getting your agenda done. People are going to come alongside of you, and they're going to expect you to be able to handle getting your agenda done, and so you do it. And how do you get used to it? Well, you do it. You think about it. You can attach positive feelings to aspects of it, and that's what you do. But it is something that you may need to explicitly handle, which is why I'm making a presentation on it, because I think sometimes we think, oh, we can just do this or do that. No, you have to do it with the direction in mind, with the outcome in mind, and it can become, and you're going to make it comfortable, let's put it that way, right? There's lots of details. You're going to juggle all the details, and you're going to get it done. And it's going to happen by being comfortable with control. And I don't think there's any way around it. And you're going to master it, because that's what you need to do. And that's what I wanted to share today. And I hope that this, I know that this has been a powerful impact, because it's cutting through to the core. And whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, if it involves people, you're going to have to be comfortable controlling them, and be comfortable with the agenda that you're offering them is actually benefiting them as well. So that can ease the kind of uncomfortability that may exist, that we're addressing here, and moving it from uncomfortable to comfortable to actually effective. And that's what I wanted to share today. So this has been James Coleman, Inner Peace Arts, Unscripted. Yevarechecha Adonai veish merecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha vichuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha, ve'asem lecha shalom. In distinction, thanks be to stream, in stream, by stream. Take care.